Hey, it's Dave Helmley at NAB. I want to give you a sneak peek of our version of Premiere being released very soon. Come on, check out these features. A lot of these features came from you guys. I want to start off first with graphics support. You guys ask me these questions all the time, asking me questions about OpenCL and CUDA. So I'm happy to tell you guys you don't have to worry necessarily about certified cards. We're going to make this work two ways. If you've got a graphics card that maybe just came out, if it's got a gig of RAM on it, it's made by NVIDIA or AMD, it's probably going to work fine in Premiere Pro. You're going to get a message that pops up if it's not a supported card that basically says it looks like your cards have the necessary components to work. Click OK and proceed at your own risk. I myself find most of the graphics cards that work great, and you guys are always sending me emails and request what card works, when is the 690 going to work, when is the 680 MX going to work. You don't have to worry with that. So I just want to let you guys know that's a great new add-on that you see here. It's been fantastic. So other things that I want to talk about, there's a whole new link and relocate engine inside of Premiere Pro. When you have media that you need to relink, you actually get a very smart dialog box that lets you search on, time code, the name of the file, the dot extension of the file, so you can do quick swaps with proxies or other types of files. So link and relocate is really, really cool. It's a whole new redesigned timeline. You come over here and take a look at it. There's not a whole lot of clutter going on here. You'll notice that there's no more down arrows that you hit. You guys wanted an easier way to get to resizing the timeline. How about just using your scroll wheel and pick how you want this to look? I'm going to hit the tilde key here, Ryan, and open this thing up. And look at that beautiful timeline. I can come right over here and to figure out which ones of these I want to go ahead and manipulate. On this side, I can do exactly what we used to do in Adobe Audition, which is I can grow all of them with this new control right here on the side that lets me resize the timeline for me. The exact same thing for audio. You might notice some of this audio doesn't look the way you've seen it in Premiere Pro before. That's because we now have rectified audio. If you don't like rectified audio, you can go back to the old audio just by going over to the wing menu here and turning off rectified waveforms that are right here. And you'll notice down on the timeline, you're giving back that traditional view. So at this point, let's show you a couple other things that I think are really cool. I can go down here and you'll notice that I've got audio meters right here. I can actually customize a lot of that just by double clicking over here, going to customize. I can now add different components, much like you saw us do over here in the old days. So I can actually customize that to look the way that I want it to look. It's really, really great. We also didn't leave out a big request. If you look under the wrench over here, I can save those presets so I can make this timeline look like exactly what I need it to look like and manage those presets as well. So a couple other things real quick. What about things like through edits and things like duplicate clips? So you guys were asking for that. Let me show you guys how this works. So if I come over here and I look at a clip that might have some through edits on it. Now through edits, a lot of the Final Cut users are asking for that. A through edit, if you're not familiar with what that is when I'm, maybe I take a razor blade and I start to chop up the timeline. You might notice that there's a symbol here now. That's called a through edit symbol, that little bow tie looking thing. And I could turn that off or on. I can say show through edits, don't show through edits. But when I show them, it allows me to heal those back together again and join them just like so. Again, you guys have been asking for this. It's not a big deal, but we just want to show you we are listening. We have over 200 upgrades from Final Cut Pro and Avid users asking about these different types of features. So we want to thank you guys for giving us a lot of these great tips. What about one like this, Ryan? I think you'll love this one. If I come over here, what about duplicate frame markers? If you look at this pink area here, that's telling me that on this clip here, this is exactly the same clip. So if I come and I start to trim some of this, and maybe I put this over here, and let's trim this up a little bit more. You'll notice this pink line is shrinking. That's telling me I've used the clips here and I've used the clips here. Great idea. We actually got that tip from a user. They wanted to know, when am I reusing material? And it'll actually cycle through with different colors. So great things like that. A lot of this really has to do with editing finesse. Make my job easier and much more fun. What about things like adding looks? We actually have, obviously with Adobe SpeedGrade, we have lots of different ways where we can go in and add LUTs now with SpeedGrade, but we have a new filter that we can go in called Lumetri, where I can go in and type in LUT over here, and let's go down here and I'll show you there's a new Lumetri effect, and it is accelerated. I can come right over here. It pops up a window and says, why don't you pick up a look that you want to use in Premiere? Now, what if you don't know how to create a look in LUT? Let's go right over here, and I'm going to undo that. We just get rid of that one there. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to just get rid of this. We have a whole bunch of looks that are already there. Look, you've got all the standards that you would expect. All you have to do is drag and drop these directly on here to get that look. And I want you to zoom in, Ryan, down here and look at the effects badges now. Notice that they've got colors. Some of them are gray. There's nothing been applied. There's green, there's yellow, there's purple. When you click on these, you'll look and see that there's a Lumetri effect that's been applied. This also happens to work when I apply effects. Let's go drop a three-way color corrector on one of these clips just to show you what happens. If I happen to drop a three-way color corrector, notice that badge turns purple. I right mouse click, look at that three-way color corrector, and all of my presets, automatically I know that there's something going on with that, and I can just automatically make that happen. One of the things you guys have been asking for a long time is to bring back a feature from Premiere Pro 4, 5, 6, and 6.5, way back, long before Premiere Pro. And that's a feature that when I right mouse click and I do a copy, and then I right mouse click and I do a paste attributes, I'm giving you a new dialog box including all of those effects that I can decide that I want opacity or motion or time remapping. Maybe I don't want my three-way color correct. You are now put in control, and the same thing with audio. Pretty slick, huh? So just great stuff on that. Well, one of the last things I'll show you that I think is really awesome is how we've changed the dynamic for multicam. Multicam is a whole new look and feel now. I'm going to come right over here. Let me just open up a new project here. This is a multicam project with lots of clips. I have to thank my buddy Mitch Jacobson for giving me the rights to use this material. So I'm going to come over here and let's go down and look at all these clips down here in the timeline. I think there's like 17 of them. I'm going to right mouse click, create multicam sequence. Brand new feature right here. You guys asked for it. It's sync by audio. So you want to be able to sync by audio and not have to worry about other utilities that do that. And there's some great utilities out there that do a great job. We just wanted to give you something really quick and simple to make this done. So I'm going to go ahead and start out by creating a multicam sequence here. Click on audio. And now it's going to go ahead and start to process this. It'll process all 17 of those clips really, really fast in about 10 seconds. Already done. I'm going to come over here, right mouse click, new sequence from clip. There's a brand new button right here. That button is the new multicam button. Why do I need that? Because with one click, I'm now in a multi-camera edit within my program monitor. I don't have to worry with bringing up a whole separate window. So it's pretty cool. And from here, I can click, I can play that video out real time, just like you would expect, but it's getting easier. There's other features like we have a new closed captioning editor built right in, lots of new export stuff, new camera format, Sony's new camera format, RE. There's just a ton of stuff in here. So you might want to log on to Dave Tech Table and check out what's new or Adobe TV. Thanks a lot, Ryan, for stopping by.